I've always been intrigued by stories with rich characters and conflicts that lie deeply in human psychological roots. I really wanted to do a serious story where I would step out of my comfort zone and attempt to do something I've never tried to do before. When I was researching particular topics regarding psychological problems, something caught my eye, and it wasn't a particular case, it was the reaction of people. And I came across this story, and it was about pedophilia, and the reaction of people were very different when a man assaulted a younger female versus a older woman assaulting a younger male. And the reaction was so drastic and so different that I wanted to pinpoint this and really criticize society, because we put these parameters of what's right and what's wrong. And I wanted to address this definitely on Sub Rosa, and that's how Sub Rosa was born. Initially, they have different intentions, but when they come together, they meet at this point where they both fall in love, and I believe it's something really beautiful, something that is so true and powerful that when they're so deep into this, they really cannot get out of. And I see them as warriors and fighters that are trying to fight for a greater good, but obviously life happens and they have to deal with the situation, and nothing goes as planned. I believe, just like in real life, they truly do not see anything coming. Of course, every action that you make has an outcome, and I wanted to put these characters where they would have to make those decisions and truly have to face them at the end of the film. Of course, like any other decision that you make, it will have an outcome or a consequence, and I believe this is really based off reality and what would you do if you were in that situation. And I think it's very powerful because you understand these characters if you were put through these situations. I've been asked that question many times, and it was even questioned when we were going on set. And I think it's really a fantasy moment. When you make love, it becomes more significant when it's not planned and it just happens and occurs. And could it be a fantasy of mine? Probably, but I feel that it's a moment of vulnerability. And I think it's a beautiful moment. I think no act of love should be planned, and this is what happens, and this would have happened in real life, actually. They say that you make a film 3 times: when you write it, when you film it, and when you cut it. And obviously, inevitably, you will end up cutting and adding scenes and adding transitions and making changes for the better of the story all throughout these 3 stages. But when I saw it at the end, when it was, picture locked, color corrected, sound designed, I was very excited to see it on the big screen, and I'm very happy how it all turned out. And when I watched it at the end, after the rolling credits, I said to myself, wow, this is the story that I always wanted to tell, and I just saw it.